Hi, everybody. Good Saturday to you, and welcome to the Johnson Coliseum on the campus of Sam Houston State University in Huntsville. This is VypeFortBend.com coverage of Region 3 6A Volleyball, the championship round, as the Ridgepoint Panther girls are taking on Katy, a couple of foes that are very familiar with each other, and push comes to shove, and the winner of this one gets to go to Garland the weekend before Thanksgiving and play the semifinal on Friday night. And hoping to play a championship match on Saturday, and the loser today will simply go home and start thinking about resting during the week before Thanksgiving. I'm Roger Smith. Glad you're with us, and it's time for the Countdown to First Serve show as we bring you our visit with Lauren Bailey, head coach of the Ridgepoint Panthers. VypeFortBend.com broadcasts of Fort Bend County High School sports are brought to you by Xfinity, the future of awesome. By First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the fall. First Tire and Automotive has 4 great locations, including Katy Cinco Ranch, and all of those locations are open Monday through Saturday. For the best prices on tires, go to firsttireandauto.com. By Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just a few hundred feet north of Austin High School, and at Nick's Italian Restaurant, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. By Archer Volkswagen on the southbound side of Highway 59, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. They've been open since 1956 and ready to serve you. You will feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By the Needville Insurance Agency. Bradley Stavino and his team are your hometown trusted agents, and they will find the best rate for you on your home and car insurance. You'll find it with the Needville Insurance Agency, 979-793-7411, or visit NeedvilleInsurance.com. We'll be right back with our visit with Lauren Bailey, head coach of the Ridgepoint Panthers, when we continue on VypeFortBend.com.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 11/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
First Tire and Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Welcome, everybody, to the Countdown to First Serve show. And here we are in Huntsville on the campus of Sam Houston State. And we're getting ready for Katy against Ridgepoint. It's the Region 3 final. Lauren Bailey, we didn't get a chance to broadcast last night as you earned your way to this spot. So how did it go against Dawson? What was the key to victory?
Well, Dawson gave us a really good run for our money for sure. But the key to last night was just to take it point at a time. We were down several times throughout that match, and the key was just to remain focused, take a breath. Every time we got an opportunity to take a breath, we just needed to relax, and there really wasn't like necessarily a game plan, if you will, but we just needed to play and calm down, and they focused when we needed them to focus, and that's what we did.
What I heard was you were down 22-13 in the fourth set, and you texted me saying that you were stressed at one point. I'll bet that was the most stressing thing. What was the key? I mean, that's a huge comeback, 9 points down against freaking Dawson. How did that happen?
Well, we got complacent, we got lazy, we weren't really doing our jobs, and then Nina Moorer, senior Louisville commit, stepped up, got a really big block, and did some really good things, and she was starting to get some kills, and then she finally looked at McKenna Manthe and said, set me the ball until they stop me, and they couldn't stop her, and she got the last 4 points for us, I think. So she was the crowning jewel, if you will, that, you know, it was a team effort, of course, but she finished it for sure.
I won't ask you if Nina said another word between set the and ball. That's not necessary, but I will tell you, I think I have a new nickname for her. She is the Louisville Slugger. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, I was thinking about that, and then I forgot about my next question. So, accommodations. Did you stay here and watch Katy finish its match, or did you say we need to go back to the hotel and rest?
Yeah, we watched the first set, but we had dinner reservations at 8:30, so we were able to watch basically the entire first set, and then we went to dinner, and we had, hotel rooms at the Holiday Inn, and we were able to shower and get to bed at a decent hour, so that was nice for us. But luckily, we've gotten to play Katy and Clear Springs this year, so either one who would have won last night, at least we were kind of familiar with each of them. So
and it was a quick turnaround for you, but quicker for Katy. They played the late game, so if anything, you have to feel like you got a little bit more rest and relaxation to get ready for this.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. The girls were supposed to go to bed. I think majority of them did after, room checks and all that. So, and we got to sleep in a little bit today, which is what they're not used to. They're used to waking up and going to a full day of school, so they got to sleep in a little bit, and hopefully this will pay off for us.
All right, and I hope that they're sleeping in hotel beds next Friday night.
Amen.
The very best of luck to you. You know how I feel about this team, and of course I do get the enjoyment of getting to go see some great volleyball in Garland if you get the job done, and so the very best of luck today.
Thank you. We hope to see you there for sure.
Don't it feel good to be a Panther? Sure does. We'll be back with the first serve right after this on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a fourth generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or NeedvilleInsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Don't miss the UIL Volleyball State Tournament starting Wednesday, November 17th at Curtis Caldwell Center in Garland. Ticket information and more can be found at uiltexas.org. We'll be back in a few minutes, just about 8 minutes away from starting off this match between Katy and your Ridge Point Panthers for the Region 3 Championship. The winner is one of the state's Final Four in Class 6A. I'm Roger Smith. This is VypeFortBend.com. Remember, it is always free to listen live or listen later on the podcast at VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. And Katy's in Fort Bend County. We'll be right back.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
First Iron Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
It's almost time to introduce the starting lineups here inside the Johnson Coliseum on the campus of Sam Houston State University. And before we introduce the starting lineups, we'll have the Star-Spangled Banner.
Featuring the Panthers of Ridge Point High School and the Tigers of Katy High School. The winner of today's match advances to the UIL State Tournament in the Caldwell Center in Garland next weekend. Now let's meet the visiting team, undefeated District 26A champions with an overall record of 37-10, the Ridge Point Panthers.
Okay, so we're not going to have the Star-Spangled Banner just yet. We'll have the introductions.
Junior number 3, Josie Condry. Senior number 4, McKenna Mandy. Junior number 5, Ada Thornquist. Sophomore number 8, Morgan Grace. Going to Mississippi College next year, senior number 10, Allison Anaya. Sophomore number 14, Lauren Battle. Freshman number 15, Aaliyah Smith. And sophomore number 16, Carrington Cook. Now for the starters, senior libero number 1, Nyla Raspberry. Junior middle blocker number 6, Marissa Smith. Junior outside hitter number 7, Sydney Jordan. Freshman outside hitter number 9, Katy Rogers. Going to Louisville next year, senior center right side number 11, your captain, Nina Porter. Going to Memphis next year, outside hitter, senior number 13, Kayla Wilson. Going to LSU next year, senior middle blocker number 17, Alexis Robertson. Managers for the Panthers, Drew Beckelman and Katy Williams. Assistant coaches, Jennifer Lee and Ashley Dunbar. Your head coach, Lauren Bailey.
Ridge Point 37-10, and they won in 4 sets last night over Pearland Dawson, which was ranked 4th in the state.
Overall record of 31-16, the Tigers of Katy High School.
Ridge Point beat Katy back on August 2nd, 2-0 in a tournament match.
Sophomore number 2, Cameron Steger. Junior number 6, Maddie Chappell. Senior number 7, Charlize Reyes. Junior number 9, Ella Robinson. Junior number 10, Presley Bunting. Junior number 11, Haley Marhofer. Sophomore number 12, Nyla Wool. For an SFA for sophomore next year, senior number 13, Kaylee Wyckoff. Junior number 14, Jessie Leach. Sophomore number 17, Tarsi Maya. Let's meet the starters. Freshman middle blocker number 3, Kennedy Pike. University of New Orleans next year, senior outside hitter number 4, Chandler Lee. In Southeastern Louisiana next year, libero, senior number 5, Izzy Denton. Senior outside hitter number 8, Brooke Hagel. From Northwestern State next year, senior middle blocker number 15, Jordan Gamble. LSU next year, senior center right side hitter, your captain, number 16, Maddie Rock. And junior outside hitter, number 18, Addison Chapman. The managers for the Tigers, Mackenzie Walker, Lily Adams, and Allie LaFleur. Assistant coaches, Sarah Reed, Jordan Moore, La Erica Barcelona, and your head coach, Karen Paxton. Now, if you would please rise, remove your cover while we honor America and those who defended with the playing of the national anthem. Region 3, get on your feet. Let's play volleyball.
All right, a lot of the noise that you hear, not just from the fans, but the players themselves who are gathered in circles on either side of the net. And we're about ready to get this one underway.
It's always free to listen live or listen later on the podcast at VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports.
Hey, we really appreciate the PA announcer here reading our little announcement. It was handwritten, by the way. So Ridge Point, not that this really means anything in a volleyball match, but they are the visiting team and will serve first. Ridge Point wearing the black shorts, the white jersey tops with the purple numerals and letters. Katy has the red jersey tops with the black letters and numerals outlined in white and the black shorts. And Ridge Point is going to be trying to hit the ball from the left to the right as you look at your device. So we come to you to give you the picture in the mind's eye of exactly what is happening here inside Johnson Coliseum. We're underneath the Iron Dome. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know that they call it here at Sam Houston State. Nyla Raspberry wearing the purple libero jersey comes on. She is a starter along with Nina Moore, Sydney Jordan, Kennedy Rogers, Alexis Robertson, and Kayla Wilson. Ridge Point 37-10 on the season after winning last night over Dawson in 4 sets. And Katy is 31-16 after beating Clear Springs, and Nina Moore is going to serve. And we are underway. Katy has it deep in their backcourt, and now all they can do is bump it over with Izzy Denton. Now it is Nina Moore for Alexis Robertson, and the first point goes to the Panthers as Alexis hammers it between the arms of a blocker. Both teams have brought cheerleaders today. Moore serves it deep to the left corner. And now it's a big swing that works out for Katy as Chandler Lee, who's going to be one of the University of New Orleans Privateers next year. She didn't really get all of it there, but it managed to find its way down between all the Ridge Point hands, and it's 1-1. Now serving for Katy is Charlize Reyes. Raspberry is going to bump it to Moore, who sets it up for Kennedy Rogers, and her spike attempt is blocked out of bounds, and a point to the Panthers. 2-1 Ridge Point on top. Lauren Battle comes in. Kennedy Rogers takes a seat. Both of these teams played their semifinals last night. Ridge Point played one that started at 5, and Katy started at about 7:30. Here is Katy on the attack. Big swing, but Ridge Point is there with the defense. Moore is blocked immediately at the net. Now she gets it back. Sydney Jordan, her first big chance, and the spike is dug out by Charlize Reyes. And a quick set by Katy. They tried to get it to an open spot, but that is going to be a point to Katy because Nina Moore was called for a lift. Basically, you're supposed to tap the ball over, whether you're tapping it down or tapping it up, and when you kind of carry it, then that's a point against you, and it's 2-2 here in the first set. Izzy Denton. Well, wait a minute. I think we may have a jersey discrepancy for Katy, but it's a point to Ridge Point as they quick set one over with Lauren Battle, and now Nyla Raspberry wearing that purple libero jersey will serve with Ridge Point up 3-2. Nyla changed into that purple libero jersey after wearing the white one during the first 2 sets on Monday night when the Panthers beat Seven Lakes. She serves it shallow. Here comes Katy attacking. Big swing on the part of Chandler Lee, but Ridge Point is there. Now Sydney Jordan swings away, sends it deep, but Katy is going to return it. Nice save by Lauren Battle near the sideline. Now Raspberry, now Jordan. Hump back spike attempt, but Katy is there on the defense, and here is yet another big swing, and that is a good one for Chandler Lee. And that ties it up at 3-all. So Izzy Denton is supposed to be wearing jersey number 5. We've got a player in the libero jersey, black as opposed to the red jerseys that the rest of the team is wearing. I'm not sure. I think maybe someone else might be wearing number 5. That's a service winner for Katy as Ridgepoint bumps it and it flies out of bounds. So it's now 4-3 Katy. Best of 5, you go to 25 points in the first 4 sets, and if you need a 5th set, it only goes to 15. Katy not only has cheerleaders, they have a dance team in the stands. Or I guess you could call them a pep squad. Nina Moorer with a miracle shot gets it over. Katy is just able to punch it over with Maddie Walk. And now there is Arissa Smith. Hits one deep to the middle of the baseline, but Katy is going to be able to return it. And a cross-court attempt is wide by Katy. Kaylee Wyckoff, who's going to be bound for Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches next year. She hit it out, and now it's 4-4. Off the bench, McKenna Manthe, and she is ready to serve from the middle of the baseline, and she gets a lot of velocity on it. Quick set by Katy, but Ridgepoint is able to return it. Now there's a big swing, Sydney Jordan. She hasn't been able to get a Kittle down yet. That was her 3rd attempt. Now deep to the baseline, Battle digs it out for Ridgepoint. Manthe sets up Jordan, and her block attempt goes out of bounds, or swing leads to a block attempt by Katy that goes out of bounds, and a point to the Panthers. They're on top 5-4. We're a long way from Houston, and just about everybody who's a contender in Region 3 volleyball is in the Houston area. I think it's a Chamber of Commerce thing. There's a beautiful play by Katy to get a point. It's Jordan Gamble. She is a Northwestern State commit, and she taps it just to get around the block instead of taking the big swing. She tapped it to her left, and nobody there for Ridgepoint. It's 5-5. Jordan bumps it. Now Manthe has it, and Arissa Smith just got a piece of it. It crawled over the top of the net. Here comes Katy on the attack again. Arissa Smith saves it. Now it's Moorer, and she almost gets a spike down. There's Arissa to bang one down on an overset by the Tigers. So the Panthers take a 6-5 lead. Kennedy Rogers back in. Lauren Battle to the bench. Looks like we have about equal crowds from either side, equal measures of red and purple in this full-grown arena, Johnson Coliseum. Katy trying to return the serve. There is Arissa for Ridgepoint. Manthe over to Kennedy Rogers. She wails away, but Katy is there with the defense. And there is the left-handed swinging Maddie Walk, who tries to get one down. Rogers, the freshman for Ridgepoint, tries to bump one over. And there is a winner for Katy as Addison Chapman is able to get it down into an open spot with a quick set. And I don't know if you heard a lady's high-heeled boot banging on the floor, but head coach Lauren Bailey of Ridgepoint wanted to get a point across to her girls. Now Kennedy Rogers with a spike attempt. Almost an overset by Katy, and it's a lift by Katy. When you have a dig attempt that goes way, way up high towards the ceiling, it is very easy to get called for a lift when it comes back down because you want to be precise with the set. But when the ball is coming at you fast with a lot of gravity taking action, that does make it more difficult. Arissa Smith serving. Now she digs it as the ball comes back over the net. Manthe to Moorer. Blocked at the net by Katy. Now they'll set it up with Walk. Moorer blocks it and then keeps it alive. Now Arissa Smith. Now it's Sydney Jordan from the middle. All the way to the back. And it's Izzy Didden bumping it. McKenna Manthe with a nice dig for Ridgepoint. Kennedy Rogers way over near the bleacher seats. And she is called for hitting it out because in volleyball, you can't hit it wide of the pin on either side of the net. They're red and white poles, sometimes called the antenna. And in tennis, you can hit it around the net sometimes if the ball goes in a direction that gives you the chance to do it. But it's not legal in volleyball. So it's a point to Katy, and it's 7-7. Maddie Walk, the lefty, serves. Manthe sets up Alexis Robertson, who is unstoppable with the quick set. That is assistant principal Rick Gaines' favorite shot, and he wonders why they don't go to Alexis Robertson and do that more often. It almost never comes back over the net. 8-7 to Ridgepoint. Moorer serves. Sends it deep. Katy going to return it. And there is a swing by Chandler Lee, and it's a winner for Katy. It is blocked by Ridgepoint, but it comes back over the net out of bounds. 8-8. Now off the bench, Charlize Reyes to serve for Katy. Sends it deep to the middle. Raspberry way high to the ceiling. Now Moore. Now Kennedy Rogers sends it to the left corner, but Walk is there to dig it. Denton sets it up. And Ridgepoint with the winner. Chandler Lee had her spike attempt blocked right back into her face, and it is 9-8 Ridgepoint on top. Lauren Battle off the bench. Kennedy Rogers takes a seat. It is never-ending enthusiastic noise here inside the Johnson Coliseum. Katy ready to return the serve. It is Chandler Lee, cannot get it down. Now Sydney Jordan just tries to bump it over, but Walk was right there. Lee with another big swing. Raspberry keeps it alive. Now Moore, now Jordan. Look out below, but it is blocked by Katy. That's a point to the Tigers. Kennedy Pike right there to knock it down. And it's 9-9. Seems like nobody can get a lead of more than 2 points. And a 2-point lead is hard to come by. Izzy Denton, it is Izzy in the black libero jersey, and she serves. Raspberry bumps it. Moore, Jordan, and she fires it wide, going for the right corner and flew it out. Point to the Tigers, they lead 10-9. Denton looks over at her head coach, Karen Paxton. There's the serve with a little top spin on it. Lauren Battle, now Moore, now Robertson. She's blocked. Moore sets up Raspberry. Now it's Jordan. She's just going to tap it, but Katy there to save it. And here is the big swing by Lee to the back line. And what a miraculous return! Lauren Battle with a point for the Panthers. She was just diving and threw a left fist at it. And she's right-handed. And somehow it flew over the net and spun in. 10-10. Maybe that will spark a run for the Panthers, but neither team has been able to put a run together. Raspberry serves it deep. Now there's a swing by Jordan Gamble. She cannot get it down. Now it's back on the Katy side. Nia Wold tries one. Sydney Jordan is there. Moore sets up Kayla Davis, and what happened? It is a point to the Panthers because of a double hit on the Katy side. Ridgepoint with the last 2 points leads 11-10. This is the first game. Regional final winner goes to Garland on Friday. And Nyla Raspberry's serve flies beyond the baseline. It's 11-11. Neither team has called a timeout. Off the bench for Katy, it's Kaylee Wyckoff. Chandler Lee takes a seat. It's Wyckoff serving. She's a lefty. No spin on it. Jordan way high to the ceiling. Now Moore sends it back to Jordan. Sydney fires away, and Katy is going to have a hard time getting it back over, but they do. Fine shot by Wold. Now it's Moore. Now Arissa Smith, and down it goes. Look out below, and Ridgepoint leads it 12-11. McKenna Manthe off the bench will go to the baseline and serve. Kayla Wilson takes a seat. Manthe fires, and that serve goes long, and we're back to a tie at 12. 2 substitutions for Katy. They send in Addison Chapman and Brooke Pagel. And Pagel will serve. She leaps as she does. There it goes. Raspberry digs it. Now Manthe sets it up for Arissa Smith. Dug back on an overset, and that's a point for the Panthers. So an overset on the part of Katy, where instead of coming down on their side of the net, where they can really hammer away at it, it goes too far, and Ridgepoint gets to hammer away. It's 13-12. Jordan now serving. Off the top of the net. Katy's going to be able to send it back. Raspberry digs it. Now it's Manthe back set for Moore. Moore to the floor! And a winner to make it 14-12. Ridgepoint on top. Timeout. Katy will take it with him on VypeFortBend.com.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 11/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
We are back. Sydney Jordan still serving for the Panthers, who lead at 14-12. Spins it and flies it. Nice hot serve, but dug out by Katy. There's a wild swing by Maddie Walk, but Ridgepoint on the attack again. Moorer spike attempt, and it goes long. Point to the Tigers, and they get within 14-13. And now they will hand the ball to Jordan Gamble, who stands 6'3", keeps her feet on the floor as she serves. Jordan, now Manthe, now Moorer. The Louisville Slugger takes something off of that one, and Katy is able to send it back over, and Maddie Walk with a winner. She threw the changeup into an open space, and that ties it at 14. Ridgepoint kind of moving the chess pieces around a little bit. Another serve by Gamble. It's Jordan. Now Manthe setting it up for the Louisville Slugger. Moore is blocked at the net. Now Manthe to Kennedy Rogers. She taps it over, and Katy can't return it. And a point to the Panthers. They're back on top, 15-14. Alexis Robertson, the hammer, comes off the bench. And Arissa Smith to serve. She likes to serve from the left corner. And she's a good 25 feet behind the baseline. And lets it go from there. A lot of air under the serve. And here comes Maddie Watts setting it up. And a winner for Katy, Kennedy Pike. Just a freshman. You know, Xfinity is the future of awesome, and we believe that Kennedy Pike has an awesome future.
16,
Kennedy Rogers, the future of the Ridgepoint team, and Kennedy Pike, the long-term future for Katy. Maddie Watts serving with a game tied at 15. Kennedy Rogers, let's fly! And that's a bang-down spike. 16-15, the Panthers on top. Kayla Wilson will come in. McKenna Manthe takes the bench. And Nina Moorer will serve. She sends it deep to the right corner. Lee now sets up Walk, and it's Chapman, and she can't get the winner. Ridgepoint there with the defense, and they have a 2-point lead, 17-15. I want to thank Rosie Bega, our producer. She's making sure everything sounds good for you. Top spin served by Moorer, with Ridgepoint leading by 2, and now they lead by 3. As Chandler Lee fired it, but it was beyond the sideline. Over here on our side, 18-15 Ridgepoint. We'll take a timeout and be back.
First Iron Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
Don't miss the UIL Volleyball State Tournament starting Wednesday at the Curtis Culwell Center in Garland. Ticket information and more can be found at uiltexas.org, but if the Ridgepoint Panther girls are there and you can't go, you can listen on VypeFortBend.com should they reach the final on Saturday. We'll have Ridgepoint football taking on Cy-Fair Friday night from Katy's Road Stadium. Skirmish at the net and a point to the Panthers. Evidently, there was a carry or a double hit on the part of Katy, and the Panthers now lead it 19-15, and they are 6 points away from capturing game 1 of this best of 5. Nina Moorer looks at the defense, Here goes her serve. And it's out beyond the right sideline. 19-16, Katy trails and now starts to serve again with Izzy Denton. Correction, it's not going to be Denton serving. It'll be Charlize Reyes, who just came off the bench. Here comes her serve. Rogers to Moorer. Now Robertson taps it down. And I put a T in her name. That's wrong. It's just Robertson, but she gets the winner, and it's 20-16. Rogers off the bench. Lauren Battle on to serve. Battle spins it, keeps her feet on the floor as she lets fly. A sinker ball. Katy handles it. Walk. And Battle digs one out on a big spike, and it's a point to Katy because of a double hit by the Panthers. And Nyla Wold with the big swing to really get it going. Just too much momentum, and Ridgepoint not in the perfect spot. Now Denton will serve with a 17-20 deficit for Katy. Battle digs it. Now Raspberry, now Jordan, and she just has to use her left fist and mishits it. That was set a little bit closer to the net than she anticipated. But Ridgepoint still leads this game 20-18. Jordan takes a seat, and Carrington Cook is in with the two-tone attachments. Very distinctive. Denton sinker ball. Battle bumps it. Now Moore going to set it up for Kayla Wilson. Katy gets a hold of it, and Alexis Robertson's spike is too hot to handle. Bounces off two Katy defenders, but it gets the three-point lead back for Ridgepoint. They lead it 21-18. Remember, you've got to go to 25 in the first four in this best of five. If it gets to a fifth set, you only go to 15. You do have to win by 2 to capture a game. Raspberry serves. Bumped up by Katy. Walk back sets it for Lee. She is blocked at the net. Walk sends it to the deep middle, and it's in just inside the baseline. Lauren Battle with a diving attempt, and she rolled over a couple of times, and Coach Bailey went over there to make sure she was all right. She's fine. She stood up smiling. It's 21-19. Katy trails, and the Tigers turn to Chandler Lee. Raspberry digs her serve. Moore just bumps it back over her head. It would have been long, but Katy returned it. And there's a winner for Ridgepoint with defense at the net. Arissa Smith wins a blocking battle and taps it down with two hands. It's 22-19, and now Manthe will come on and try to be the closer. She lets it fly, sends it deep. Katy on the response. It is Wyckoff, cannot get it down. Manthe's going to do a quick set, and now a long dig by Katy. And it's a point to Katy because they got Manthe for lifting the ball. I don't know that she did. But then I see the world today through purple-colored glasses. Off the bench, Addison Chapman. And also Brooke Pagel for Katy. And Pagel immediately will go to the baseline and serve with her team trailing 22-20. Pagel flies it. Raspberry now to Manthe, now to Carrington Cook. She swings away, and Katy does get it back over. Raspberry, Manthe, Moorer to the floor. That's not a perfect rhyme because it's Moorer with 2 syllables, kind of like the former heavyweight boxer Michael Moorer. And a floor, of course, for those of you in Rio Linda, has only 1 syllable. 23-20 Ridgepoint, and Josie Condry comes in to serve. Here is Katy to try to send it back. Bumped by Condry. Now Manthe, now Arissa Smith, and that's a winner! Off of Chandler Lee's hands and down, and it's 24-20. Ridgepoint on top, and game point. It is Josie Condry who can be the closer. We're going to break out the hats and hooters when Josie comes home. There it goes. Sinker ball, overset. Arissa. Now Manthe. Now Kennedy Rogers. And that ends it with a spike in the right corner. Makes it 25-20. That ends game 1. We'll take a break and be back on FightFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets. Millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back. We'll have game 2 for you right now. Ridgepoint won the first one 25-20. Win 3 games and you punch your ticket to go to Garland for the state semifinals. Class 6A will play its state semifinals at the Caldwell Center on Friday night. On Friday night, we will have Ridgepoint football, their second round playoff. That is the area round as they take on Cy-Fair. And we'll have the countdown to kickoff show for you at 6:45. And during that football broadcast, we'll bring you volleyball updates. And game 2 is underway as Jordan Gamble serves for Katy, and Alexis Robertson slams home the first point for the Panthers. By the way, while we were in that commercial break, they did something here so refreshing. I missed it so much. They switched benches like they're supposed to in volleyball. So Katy is trying to hit the ball from left to right. Ridgepoint is at the other end. Now leading 1-0. Moore is going to set it up for Lauren Battle. Goes cross court. Katy digs it out. Chandler Lee tries to tap it over and does. Point to the Tigers to tie it It's 1-1. Charlize Reyes comes on and she will serve. Addison Chapman and Jessie Leach came off. Jessie Leach entered game 2. That's her first appearance. Raspberry bumps the serve. Now Moorer. Now Kayla Wilson. She swings big, and it's a point to the Panthers. Evidently a net violation by Katy. And I think they called it on Nyla Wold. Raspberry in the purple libero jersey will serve. Sends it deep, bumped up by Wold. Now Walk is going to set it up for Lee. She's blocked at the net. Now Ridgepoint attacking. It's going to be Kayla Wilson. Off fingertips at the net. Now Katy controls. Big swing by Wold. Raspberry digs it. Now Moorer. Now Kayla Wilson with a big fly to the baseline. Katy there to respond. And a little tap over try, but Ridgepoint has it again. And Battle has it bumped. And it's a beautiful play by Katy to get the winner. And it's 2-2. We're in game 2. Kennedy Pike made that last play, and she now comes to the bench as Izzy Denton comes on to serve.
Serving for the Tigers, number 5, Izzy Denton.
Izzy, one of the shorter players, spins the ball. Flies her serve toward the baseline. Condrey, now Moorer. Now it is Kayla Wilson who sends it to the baseline, but Katy responds. Now there's a tap over try by Katy, and it's a miscommunication by Moorer and Condrey. They both went for the ball, and it kind of bounced off one player's face and another player's chin. A little embarrassing, but that's okay. They're down 3-2. Denton to serve again. Wouldn't it be cool if Denton got a college scholarship to play at North Texas in Denton? Arissa Smith with a bang down spike attempt, but Katy is there with the defense, and here comes Wold just tapping it over, and she found the open space. What a dig by Battle. I can't believe she got it. And Condrey saved one too, but it's a lift on Katy and a point to the Panthers. You know, that's what I'm going to call a pancake. And, I mean, it happened so fast, actually, I'm not even sure who did it, but someone for Ridgepoint got the hand down where it was just hand on the floor. It was the only thing that kept the ball from hitting the floor. All right, back to live action. Manthy's going to back set it for Moorer, and the Louisville Slugger gets a point. 4-3, Ridgepoint on top here in game 2. They won the first one. We're in Huntsville. Two teams from Fort Bend County came north past the Sam Houston statue, took the third exit after that, and here we are at Sam Houston State. There is a big swing and a winner for Jordan Gamble of Katy, and that ties it at 4. Josie Condrey with a diving attempt. She did get her fist on it, but it just kept on going beyond the baseline. So when the teams switched ends and took different benches, the cheerleaders did the same. Left-handed serve by Kaylee Wyckoff, and it's out. A break for Ridgepoint, and the Panthers lead at 5-4. Lauren Battle. She's very, very attached to her hair. From the middle of the baseline with her feet on the floor, she serves it. Denton digs it. Now here comes the attack. But Ridgepoint is there with the defense, and now Kennedy Rogers with a big swing, and Ridgepoint keeps it alive. Raspberry bumps it over. Now there is Watt trying to get it down, but Manthe is there. Now Raspberry, now Moorer, and a gentle tap over the net. Katy does handle it. Wold swings away, and it's a winner for Ridgepoint as Arissa Smith or Nina Moorer or both blocked it right back at the attacker for Katy. And it's a 2-point lead for the Panthers, 6-4. I thought we'd have more football players here today, but perhaps Coach LaFavors had a long practice. And that's fine, because you got Cy Fair in the second round. Now Katy attacking. It's on the Ridgepoint side. They got away with a double hit. Now Manthe back over her head. Katy attacking. Deep to the baseline. Battle bumps it. Now McKenna Manthe. Now Kennedy Rogers taps it over. And that's a winner. Katy touched it twice, but then After the second touch, it went into the net on their side. 7-4, Ridge Point on top. Timeout, Katy. This is VypeFortBend.com. The Panthers won the first game, and they're looking to get the second one as well. We'll be right back.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, Office Max, and OfficeDepot.com.
And we continue here in Game 2, Ridge Point leading at 7-4. Head coach Lauren Bailey has not had to call timeouts. So Ridge Point really has been dictating the way things have gone, and Lauren Battle serves. Bumped up there by Reyes. Big swing attempt by Maddie Walk, but Ridge Point sends it back. Now it's Battle, now Manthe, and a missed set for Arissa Smith. McKenna tapping herself on the clavicle saying, "My bad." Jessie Leach comes off the bench for Katy to serve. Let's fly the serve and into the net. Break for the Panthers. And they lead 8-5. Now Alexis Robertson comes in. She has lots of tape holding her middle finger and ring finger together on both hands. Arissa Smith makes the cheerleaders back up before she serves. There it goes. Denton bumps it. Here comes Katy. Big swing walk, and it's blocked out of bounds by Ridge Point. Point to the Tigers. They get within 8-6. Jordan Gamble will serve. Couple of lefties on the Katy team, but Gamble isn't one of them. Battle now to Rogers, who's out of bounds when she hit it. Raspberry moves it over for Ridge Point. Now here comes the attack by Katy, and a winner for Ridge Point as Alexis Robertson blocked Addison Chapman, and it landed in bounds. So it's 9-6. Ridge Point on top, and Nina Moorer serves. Kayla Wilson comes on. McKenna Manthe steps off. Moorer sends it deep. It comes back over, and Ridge Point attacking again. Moorer, now Rogers, and that's a winner. It is off of Denton's forearms, and it almost flies into the stands. And this is one of those kind of oval-shaped floors, kind of like the University of Utah, although they do have bleachers that go all the way down to the floor on the non-scorer's table side. 10-6 Ridge Point, and the Panthers serving again. And there is Chapman trying to get one down. Almost saved by Ridge Point, but she gets the winner down the left sideline. Kennedy Rogers with the first phase of the save attempt, but Lauren Battle couldn't get there in time. It's 10-7. Sounds like a football score. And just so you know, Ridge Point and Katy will not have to play each other in the football playoffs this year. They're in different divisions. There's a service winner for a walk of Katy. It came off of Kennedy Rogers' hands, and she's kind of drying her hands on the uniform. But Katy's still trailing 10-8. Maddie Walk will serve. She's a senior. She's going to go to LSU. Left-hander. Battle bumps back to serve. Now Moorer. Now Alexis Robertson just had to tap it over. Couldn't take the big swing, but Katy can't return it either. And that's a point to the Panthers to get their lead to 11-8. Josie Condry back in. I met her grandparents out on the sidewalk. Across the way, across the parking lot from Johnson Coliseum is Bowers Stadium, where Sam Houston State is playing Eastern Kentucky. Now back to live action, 11-8 Ridge Point, and Kayla Wilson swings away. Bumped by Walk. kept alive by Denton. Back to Walk, the big lefty swings. Moorer to Condry. Now it is Battle. She is tipped at the net, and Katy controls. Now a big swing by Lee. Condry bumps it from the baseline. Now Moorer to Battle, and she tried to overspin it over the net, but came up short. Point to the Tigers, and they're within 11-9. By the way, that football game in Bauer Stadium between Sam Houston State Bearcats and the Eastern Kentucky Colonels sounds like a finger-licking good matchup. Sam Houston State undefeated, and 6-3 is the record for the Colonels. And an error on the serve by Izzy Denton of Katy. 3-point lead for Ridgepoint again. And Raspberry will serve. When there's a break in the action, I'm going to tell you why she switched from the white libero jersey to the purple libero jersey on Monday night when the Panthers swept Seven Lakes. Chandler Lee is blocked at the net. Arissa Smith says, "Not so fast, my friend." The block goes down on the Katy side, point to Ridgepoint, and it's 13-9. Raspberry continues serving with her school's cheerleaders right behind her. Backspin on the serve. Walk is going to set it up for Lee. She's blocked. She contacts it. Now it's back to the Ridgepoint side. Moore is going to set it up for Arissa Smith. She took something off of it, but she got it down for the winner. 14-9, timeout, Katy. Ridgepoint with a 5-point lead in game 2, and they won game 1. We'll be back to the Region 3 6A volleyball final after we hear this message from Xfinity.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 11/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
Here we go to continue game 2. Ridgepoint leading 14-3, and Nyla Raspberry with a run of serves here. 4 straight points. Top spin. Bumped up by Wold. Now Walk. And a tap by Katy goes out of bounds on the left side. Another point to the Panthers, and they lead it 15-9. Raspberry taking her time, now lets it fly, and it's long. Point to Katy. They get within 15-10. Over on the side where most of the fans are, Calvin Harvey, injured offensive lineman for the Ridgepoint Panthers, and a mountain of a young man. An Oklahoma State commit is waving a Ridgepoint flag, and he's standing throughout the match. A lift on the part of Ridgepoint, and another point for Katy. They've had 2 in a row after falling behind 15-9. Now it's 15-11, and Izzy Denton serves again. Calvin Harvey rehabilitating his knee injury, which he suffered in the second game of the season against Dickinson. Now Moorer sets it up for Kayla Wilson, almost gets it down. Katy there with the defense. Walk, sets up Wold, and she hits it in. It just touched the baseline. Condry left it alone, thinking it would go long, and then she kind of tapped herself on the shoulder to say, "My bad." Denton ready to serve again with her team trailing 15-12. She spins it, leaps, and gets it over the net. Beautiful serve, and it gets down. Lauren Battle could not hit it cleanly with her forearms as she took a dive to the floor. And Katy now with 4 straight points has gotten within 15-13, and Denton continues her serve. Had to get a stray volleyball off the floor. Great officiating today. Very few interruptions and disputes and things to talk about. Moorer sets up Arissa Smith, and she hits it out. Point to Katy. That's 5 straight points. And now they're within 15 to 14. Timeout, Ridgepoint Panthers. We'll be back.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
So back here at Johnson Coliseum, I've been promising that I would tell you why Nyla Raspberry had to switch from the white libero jersey on Monday night to the purple, and that's because Sydney Jordan had some blood on her hand or her finger or something, and so Sydney inadvertently got blood on Nyla's white libero jersey, and that's why she switched to the purple. Now you know. 15-14, Katy trailing but still serving. Denton flies the serve. The timeout worked. An unforced error after Denton had time to think about it. Now it's 16-14 Ridgepoint. McKenna Manthe off the bench will serve. Kayla Wilson takes a seat. Here's the serve with topspin. A little bit of an overset into the net. Katy can't send it back. Point to the Panthers. That's 2 in a row. They now lead 17-14. Jordan underhands the ball back there to Manthe. McKenna serves, and it's a sinker ball. Gets down for an ace. You know, somehow she makes that sink without really putting topspin on it. It is awesome. It defies the laws of physics. 18-14, Ridgepoint leading, and Manthe continues serving. There it goes. Topspin that time. Lee bumps it up. Now Denton. Now it is Wold with a not-so-big swing. Ridgepoint's going to send it back. Moorer. She tries to go from one side to the other, but Katy there to respond. Lee hits it right on the baseline. Perfect placement by Chandler Lee of Katy. Now Kaylee Wyckoff, the Stephen F. Austin commit, comes on to serve for Katy with the Tigers trailing 18-15. No, we're here at Sam Houston, and Wyckoff can't like this place. I mean, they're serious rivals. Winner for Ridgepoint. Arissa Smith taps it over, and Katy can't return it. And I do see over there where Calvin Harvey, the mountain of a young man for the Ridgepoint Panthers football team, he's standing in the front row, and I think I see at least 4 football players over there with him, but they are seated. There's the winner for Katy as Maggie Watt flies it and gets it down to the floor. Now Katy within 19-16. In comes Addison Chapman and also Jesse Leach, and Leach will serve. She serves from the middle of the baseline, leaps as she does. Off the top of the net, Sydney Jordan to her knees to dig it out. Now Moorer. Her spike is going to be blocked, but Ridgepoint, can they get it back over? No. Kennedy Rogers was way back beyond the baseline, and she did all she could. They had to return it all the way back over the net. Didn't get it there, but that's okay. Still a 2-point lead for Ridgepoint. Leach serves again. Jordan bumps it up. Now Manthe setting it up for Arissa Smith, who finesses it into an open spot, and a winner for the Panthers. They're now leading 20-17. 5 points away from winning game 2. They won the first one. And winning the first 2 doesn't mean you have it made. Many times in the landscape of the history of volleyball, teams have come from 2 sets down. But it's better to be 2 sets up, believe me. Arissa Smith serves. Now there's the big swing by Watt, dug out by Manthe. Now it's Arissa. Now it's Kennedy Rogers with topspin, but Katy sends it back. Manthe taps it over, and what a vision! You got to keep your eye on the ball and somehow also find the open spot. And McKenna Manthe did for a 4-point lead, 21-17. Arissa will serve. She's on the painted basketball baseline as she lets it fly. Here comes Katy on the attack, sending it to the baseline, but Jordan there, and Alexis Robertson is blocked at the net. Jordan Gamble responsible for the block. That makes it 21-18. I've got someone from the Lubbock area code calling me. I have no idea who it is. It's probably one of those robocalls. Manthe setting it up for Kennedy Rogers, who gets the winner. 22-18, Ridgepoint leads. That serve by Katy hit the top of the net and crawled over, and it was a great recovery by Ridgepoint. Now Nina Moore serves as the Panthers have the serve back. It's going to be Walk setting it up for Pike, but Ridgepoint is going to return it. Kayla Wilson gets the winner off of Pike and down, and it's 23-18, a 5-point advantage for Ridgepoint and 2 points away from winning game 2. Moorer lets it go. Bumped up by Leach. Now Walk sets it up for Chapman, but Ridgepoint is there with the defense. Moorer, now Wilson, and she mishits it. Point to the Tigers. That makes it 23-19. Hope springs eternal for the Tigers as they bring in Chandler Lee, and Kaylee Wyckoff takes a break. Walk will serve. The lefty lets it go. Jordan, now Moorer, and Kayla Wilson blocked back at her, and it's in for Katy. A point to the Tigers, gets them within 23-20. Clutch defense. They've shrunk that 5-point lead down to 3. And Madi Walk, the LSU commit, will serve again. There it goes. Raspberry, Moorer, and an overset. And it's off of Ridgepoint and beyond the antenna on the side of the net. And another point for Katy. They're within 2. It is 23-21. Maddie Walk back to the baseline. There it goes. Raspberry, now Moorer, gonna set it up for Robertson. Too hot to handle. And a winner for the Panthers to get them to game point. It is 24-21. And Josie Condrey will try to close it out. There goes her serve. Near the baseline, Leach. Now Walk, now Lee, and it is off of Ridgepoint defense. And it's a winner for Katy to stay alive. They're down 24-22. Stay alive in the game, not the match. Ridgepoint not going to close out the match, but to close out game 2. And a timeout is taken by the Panthers. We'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 11/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
During that Ridgepoint timeout, the Tigers subbed in Charlize Reyes, and she serves with her team down 24-22. Morris sets it up. Robertson with the winner, 25-22. Ridgepoint takes game 2. The teams will switch ends again, and Ridgepoint will try to finish off a sweep. Calvin Harvey and his football teammates shouting encouragement from the front row on the far side. VypeFortBend.com coverage of Ridgepoint Volleyball in the Region 3 6A Finals is brought to you by Xfinity, the future of awesome. By First Tyrant Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the fall. First Tyrant Automotive has 4 great locations, including Katy Cinco Ranch, also First Colony, Greatwood, and on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land. All of those locations open Monday through Saturday. For the best prices on tires, go to FirstTyrantAuto.com. By Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just a few hundred feet north of Austin High School. At Nick's Italian Restaurant, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. By Archer Volkswagen on the southbound side of Highway 59. We're just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. Open since 1956 and ready to serve you. You'll feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By the Needville Insurance Agency. Bradley Stavanaugh and his team are your hometown trusted agents. They have all these great carriers to shop. They will get your information and find you the very best rate on your home and car insurance. So call them at 979-793-7411, or you can visit needvilleinsurance.com. You don't have to leave your home to save all that money on your insurance. But of course, you could go to Needville if you want. That's fine. I like going to Needville. They got great volleyball. But just know that Bradley Stavanaugh and his team will take care of you at the Needville Insurance Agency one way or another and save you big money. You got teenage drivers, you got preteens who are going to be driving soon. You know it's going to cost a lot. You got to get the best deal. We'll step aside and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com. Panthers will be going for the sweep when we return.
First Tyrant Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website FirstTyrantAuto.com and claim your savings. First Tyrant Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTyrantAuto.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
The Ridgepoint Panther girls feeling pretty good about themselves, and sometimes I would say that as kind of a cautionary thing, but this team is so mature, they really do know how to handle success. And so being up 2-1 is not one of those things where you have to worry about them taking their eyes off the prize. But they do have a good time. They have their rituals. There's a lot of smiling, a lot of laughing, a lot of inside jokes. That's one of the things that makes volleyball so fun to watch. So they will start this game 3 with Nina Moore, Sydney Jordan, Nyla Raspberry, Alexis Robertson, Kennedy Rogers, and Kayla Wilson. They won the first one 25-20. They won the second one 25-22. And now they go for the sweep. In the front row over on the far side is Rick LeFavors, head football coach and boys athletic coordinator. And it is Katy that gets the first point of game 3 as Chandler Lee swings away. It's off the Ridgepoint block and flies out of bounds. Charlize Reyes will serve for Katy. They're down 2-0. She flies it from the middle of the baseline. And Nyla Raspberry, I think for a moment, was going to let it go because she thought it was long. Then at the last instant, she kind of made an awkward swing at it with one arm, and so it's a point to the Tigers. No worries. Here is the Reyes serve again. Jordan gets it to Moore, setting it up for Kennedy Rogers, but it's a lift on the part of Ridgepoint, and they're down 3-0 now in this first game, or this third game. What am I, in a time warp or something? I don't know. Reyes serves again. Raspberry to Moorer. Now Robertson finds an open spot. She just kind of tapped it over, a little punch over with the side of her hand. Her full power spikes are fearsome indeed, but when she gives you the finesse, she's pretty good with that too. Josie Condry now serving for the Panthers, who trail 3-1, but they lead this match 2-0. Walk sets it up for Wold, blocked at the net by Ridgepoint. Raspberry's going to set it up for Wilson. Big swing and gets it down. Panthers get the point. Kayla Wilson's spike got down in front of Maddie Walk. Ridgepoint now within 3-2. Condry serves again. There it goes. Sinker ball. Denton digs it. Walk sets it up for Lee down the far sideline, and it's out. So Ridgepoint with 3 quick points to tie it up. Number 3, Josie Condry serving with this game tied 3-3. Denton bumps it. Now Walk setting it up, and Ridgepoint there with the defense. Moore bumps it over with 2 hands. A little pinball action. Now Jordan, big swing. It's blocked down on the Ridgepoint side. Point to the Tigers. They get the lead back at 4-3. Jordan Gamble comes in. Denton bouncing the ball, spinning it. There goes her serve. Condry to Moorer. Now Robertson, big swing, but Katy does deliver to the defense. Now there's pinball action at the net. Katy cannot get it over in the required number of hits. And it's a point to the Panthers. We're tied at 4. Arissa Smith comes on. Alexis Robertson takes a seat. Alexis is going to LSU, just like Maddie Walk is. Allison Anaya going to Mississippi College to be a Choctaw. Nina Moorer going to Louisville. There's another point for the Panthers. And they grab the lead 5-4. Last night in Game 4, with an opportunity to close it out against Pearland Dawson, well, they ended up closing it out, but at one point they were down 22-13. To come back from 9 down to a team that's ranked in the top 5 in the state is really amazing. And once Ridgepoint does something like that, they tend to think that there is nothing that they can't do. There's a point to the Tigers. And we're all even at 5. Kaylee Wyckoff, who will be a lumberjill, a female lumberjack athlete at Stephen F. Austin. She serves it into the net right there. Ridgepoint gets the lead back at 6-5. Kayla Wilson comes off. McKenna Manthe comes on. Coach Bailey, with her hands behind her back, gives McKenna the serve signal. And now Katy will try to return it. Maddie Walk bumps it to the deep line, and it's Condry. Now Manthe, now Jordan. Her spike is dug out by Denton. Katy attacking again. Walk off of fingertips at the net. Ridgepoint attacking, and it's a winner for the Panthers as Arissa Smith hits it into the block, but it falls on the Katy side. 7-5, Ridgepoint on top. Manthe ready to serve again. She fires, top spin. Now Denton. Now Katy returns it. Raspberry, Manthe, and Moorer to the floorer. Another point for the Panthers, and they lead it. I have to look at the scoreboard because they inadvertently gave Katy a point. It is 8-5. Panthers on top. Timeout taken. We'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com.
First Iron Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
One of the things that we have really enjoyed about our football coverage this year is a new feature I thought of. I don't know when I thought of it. It just kind of came to me. It's called Trash Talking Cheerleaders. And so I think every time I ask the Ridgepoint cheerleaders to come through with their trash talking during our Countdown to Kickoff show, they have an even better performance. So if you want to go back and listen to the podcast of their playoff win over Seven Lakes, I think you will enjoy the Trash Talking Cheerleaders. And you know what? You'll even enjoy what the Seven Lakes cheerleaders said, especially since their prediction didn't come true. There's a point to Katy coming out of the timeout. They get within 8-6 in this game 3 as they try to fight off elimination. Ridgepoint went to the state finals in 2018, suffered a painful loss to Flower Mound, and they made it to the semifinals in 2019. Trying to get back. They were knocked out in the first round of the playoffs by Cinco Ranch in 2020. No one could believe it, least of all me. All right, back to live action. Katy is within 8-7, and Ridgepoint trying to return the serve. It is Moorer. She sends it deep. Denton digs it out. Now it's Walk, and now it is Chapman who cannot get it down. Manthe sets up Moorer, finesse, and gets it down. The Louisville Slugger bunted that one over. 9-7, Ridgepoint. If they capture this game, they are going to Garland and will play in the state semifinals on Friday night. Sydney Jordan to serve. There it goes. Bumped up by Chapman. Now Denton. Back to Chapman. And she can't get the full swing on it. Raspberry. Manthe. Arissa Smith. And what's that for? It's a point to Katy because they got Manthe for a lift. And she looks at Coach Bailey, and I read her lips. She said, "Is it me?" She couldn't believe it. No worries, though. 9-8. Ridgepoint still leads it. There is the Katy serve. Manthe is going to set it up for Kennedy Rogers, and the freshman with a big swing. Cannot get it over. Arissa Smith with the overset tried to get it down, but she flew it past the baseline, and we're tied at 9. Jordan Gamble ready to serve. There it goes. Top spin, and it gets down in front of Nyla Raspberry, and Katy has the lead. They were down 9-6, and now they lead it 10-9. 4 straight points. Gamble flies it again. Jordan bumps it. Now Manthe setting it up for Nina Moorer. It comes back, but Ridgepoint returns. Kennedy Rogers tries to tap it. The freshman can't get it down. Walk sets it up for Chapman, and it's a winner for Katy. 11-9 down the left sideline. Manthe made contact, but couldn't get it airborne. Gamble to serve again with Katy leading 11-9. Jordan, now Moorer, now Arissa Smith, and she gets one down. There was a block at the net. It kind of slowed it down just enough to allow the ball to drop into an open spot. Ridgepoint gets back within 11-10. Arissa Smith will serve. Gets the dreads out of the way. Spins it. There goes her serve. A lot of side spin on it. Walk sets up Chapman. She is blocked at the net by Moorer and Robertson. Point to the Panthers. It's 11-all. They really like that on the Ridgepoint bench. And Arissa Smith will serve again. One of the cheerleaders moves pom-poms out of the way. She really likes to get deep beyond the volleyball baseline. Arissa with topspin. Denton now Walk. And a beautiful shot by Maddie Walk. She wasn't going to wait for a set. She just swung away and got it to go down with the left-handed swing. Katy back on top, 12-11. And Maddie Walk has her turn to serve. The lefty with the strawberry blonde hair, topspin. Rogers, Raspberry, back to Rogers. She swings. And it is back on the Ridgepoint side. Manthe back set for Moorer and a lift on Manthe. That's the second one she's been called for in this game, and she really doesn't feel like she's doing anything wrong. 13-11 Katy trying to fight off elimination as they trail 2-0. Maddie Walk hits it with the left hand. Rogers, Manthe, Moorer, yes! Off the Katy block and out of bounds. The Panthers get within 13-12. Kayla Wilson comes in, Manthe goes out. Nina Moorer will serve. No pine tar allowed in volleyball for the Louisville Slugger. Nina Moorer, there goes her serve. And it is Walk setting it up for Lee, and she finds an open spot past the diving Sydney Jordan. 14-12, Katy on top. Charlize Reyes comes off the bench, and she will serve. Katy with the small lineup out there. Reyes and Denton. Reyes serves. Raspberry. Now Moorer Robertson. Oh, she tried to swing down on it, but it went up and out. Katy leads 15-12. Denton has to come all the way to the net to pick up the ball and get it for her teammate Charlize Reyes. Might be a superstition thing. The serve again. Raspberry bumps it up. Moore is going to set it up for Kennedy Rogers, who wins a battle at the net. She didn't swing hard. She just got it to trickle over, and Katy had two players there, neither of whom could control it. Ridge Point now trailing 15-13. They want to close it out in three, and Party. Condrey serves. Walk sets it up. And there's a beautiful block. Sydney Jordan denying Chandler Lee. And a little frustration as you see Denton bowl the ball back to the other end, and Condrey serves. Deep to Denton. Now Walk is going to set it up for Wold. Finesse gets it over. Moorer, Raspberry, and now Kayla Wilson. Her big swing is blocked out of bounds. Point to the Panthers, and we are tied 15-all. 3 straight points for the girls from Siena. Condrey serves. Sinker ball. Walk is going to be able to send it over to Lee, but she just taps it over. Now Moorer, now Robertson. It danced on top of the net. Now it is Moorer setting it up for Kayla Wilson. Her shot is blocked. Comes back to the Ridge Point side. Jordan, big swing, and she has her shot blocked down. Katy gets back into the lead, 16-15. By the way, over on the other side of the parking lot, with 3:54 to go in the second quarter, Sam Houston State leads Eastern Kentucky 14-0 in football. Josie Condrey to Moorer, and it's Battle who just bumps it over. Katy leading 16-15 and needing another point. Chandler Lee gets it over, and that's a winner for the Tigers. They have a 2-point lead, and Carrington Cook is going to come into the game for the Panthers. She replaces Lauren in Battle. 17-15, Ridge Point. If they lose this game, they're still okay. They lead 2-0. Denton serves for Katy. Condrey bumps it. Now to Moorer. Now it is Kayla Wilson. Her spike is going to be returned by Katy. Chandler Lee just bumps it over, couldn't spike it. Now Moorer sets it up. Alexis Robertson is blocked. Carrington Cook now saves. Now Kayla Wilson bumps it over. Now it's on the Katy side. It is Walk to Lee and out as she tried to get it down the right sideline. Point to the Panthers. Ridge Point within 17-16. And Nyla Raspberry off the bench, ready to serve. Just like Archer Volkswagen, in business since 1956. Maddie Walk. And there is a winner for Katy, as Kayla Wilson was trying to get to the ball, but Nina Moorer was the last to touch it, and she was standing in the path of Kayla. So it's back to a 2-point Katy lead, 18-16. And Kaylee Wyckoff will serve. Left-hander lets it fly with her feet on the floor. Condrey. Now it is Moorer. Now it is Kayla Wilson. Katy will be able to return it, though. Maddie Walk, big left hand. Moorer puts it up in the air. Now Raspberry. Now Carrington Cook has to spike with her feet on the floor, and that's a winner. And the ball gets up onto the broadcast table rostrum. And I can't find the ball. Neither can John Poorman of the Chronicle. That's okay, they got a lot of other volleyballs in here. Katy still leading 18-17. Now McKenna Manthe back in and serving. Sinker ball. Maddie Walk is going to set it up for Wold. She tries to bump it over. Moorer saves it now. Raspberry sends it to the left corner. Katy there to respond. Maggie Wop. Now it's Wold. Saved by Raspberry on a diving dig. Carrington Cook. Big swing, but Katy is there with the defense. Now Wold, big swing. Baseline, Condrey. Now Arissa Smith and Carrington Cook sends it deep. Denton digs it for Katy, and the Tigers attack again. Wold off of Condrey. Manthe saves it way back over. What a play by Ridgepoint. Katy now attacks again, and the Tigers get the point. But that was exciting. That was dang exciting right there. Katy leads at 19-17. Off the bench is Jessie Leach. No relation to the legendary football coach and Pirate Mike Leach. Actually, I say that, I just haven't checked on it. I really don't know for a fact. I do know for a fact that Ridgepoint just called timeout, and we'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
We are back. This is Game 3. Ridgepoint leads this Region 3 6A championship match 2-0, but they're down 19-17, and Katy serving. Carrington Cook now to McKenna Manthe. Arissa Smith. She is denied at the net. She had a big swing. It came right back at her, and she tried to dig it out. Couldn't do it. And Katy now leads 20-17. The Katy fans very inspired at their team, determined to fight off elimination. There is Raspberry's bump. McKenna Manthe now to Moorer, goes diagonal, but Katy there to return it. Maddie Wop, now Wold fires it out. Far sideline, break for the Panthers. They'll get within 20-18. Kennedy Rogers and Sydney Jordan will come in. Condrey and Cook go to the bench. And it'll be Jordan's time to serve. She's a junior. She'll be back next year, but she wants the state championship this year. There goes her serve. Sends it deep. Denton now Walk. And there's a tap down attempt by Katy, but Ridgepoint there with the defense. Moorer, big swing. Battle at the net. It's on the Katy side. One more hit to get it over, and they do with Denton. Jordan now to Manthe. Now Rogers. And that's a winner! Off of the block attempt by Denton, it flew all the way over the cheerleaders and into the tunnel. A lot of power on that one, and Ridgepoint gets within 20-19. Sydney Jordan to serve again. Stands 6'2". There it goes. Denton bumps it. Now Walk. Quick swing. Ridgepoint there with the defense. Moorer goes cross court, and it's out of bounds on the far sideline. Katy now leads 21-19 as they try to keep this match alive here in Game 3. Jordan Gamble, the Northwestern State Demon commit, serves. Manthe setting it up for Rogers. That's a winner! Big swing right into a block, but it then took a hard right turn out of bounds on the Katy side. And Ridgepoint gets within one again. I think you'll get a real infusion of enthusiasm if Ridgepoint can tie it up right here. And it's Arissa Smith's turn to serve. There it goes, a lot of air under it. Chapman bumps it to Walk, back to Chapman. She's blocked at the net. Ridge Point there with the defense. Manthe is going to bump it over, skirmish at the net. Where did it go? And it's a point to the Panthers. It went off Katy fingertips, rolled off the top of the net and out of bounds, and the officials, who have done such a great job today, they might have to discuss this one. Okay, well, the point goes to Katy. And referee 1 overruled referee 2. Point to Katy, they lead 22-20. Walk serves. Jordan, now Manthe, now Rogers. That's a winner! Ridge Point gets within 22-21. High drama at the end of game 3 here. But especially for Katy, if they lose this game, they're done. Nina Moore gets verbal instructions from Coach Bailey, nods her head. Here is her serve. Lee bumps it. Now Walk back to Lee, tries to tap it over. Ridge Point saves it. It's Moore, now Jordan. She's just got to bump it over. Now it is Walk, sends it to Lee. Cross court, Raspberry digs it. Moore to Rogers. And it comes back, but Ridge Point handles it. And there's Kayla Wilson, bumps it over. Katy organizes. Here they go, big swing. Lee bumped up in the air by Ridge Point. Moore to Kayla Wilson, off of Katy hands. Can they get it over? Yes, they do with Chapman. Raspberry now. Ridge Point attacks again. Rogers is blocked by Katy. The point to the Tigers makes it 23-21. As Winston Churchill once said, there is nothing so exhilarating as to be shot at and missed. And with that point, Katy may be feeling halfway to being missed. On a kill shot, Reyes serves. Jordan to Moorer to Rogers, and that's a big swing, and it gets down inside the baseline. Perfect placement. 23-22, Ridge Point gets back within 1. The Panthers just won't go away in trying to finish off this sweep. But Katy has held the lead for several minutes now. Condrey serves. Bumped up, now it is Walk. Over to Wold, she is blocked at the net and it lands on the Ridge Point side. That's the 24th point of game 3 for Katy. One more point and they take game 3. Denton will serve. She spins it and lets it go. Bumped up by Condrey, now Moorer, now Jordan. Big swing and down. That makes it 24-23, so Ridge Point has fought off one game point and they face another one here as Nyla Raspberry serves. Nyla lets it go, plenty of air under it, bumped by Katy. Walk, back set to Lee, and it gets down. That's a winner for Katy. They take game 3, 25-23. The teams will switch ends again. In game 4, Ridge Point will be going from right to left and trying to finish off this match against the Katy Tigers. We'll be right back on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay, ends 11/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
Hi, this is Mariela and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
First Iron Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
Don't miss the UIL Volleyball State Tournament starting Wednesday at the Curtis Culwell Center in Garland. Ticket information and more can be found at uiltexas.org. So if Ridgepoint wins today, they will play on Friday night. Don't know who they will play yet. There are regional finals all over the state, but there is a reseeding. So it's not like in football, for example, where the Region 3 champion automatically plays the Region 4 champion in one state semifinal, and the one plays the 2. In baseball and in volleyball and certain other sports, they reseed once all the regional champions are crowned. We've got football next week. On Friday, the Ridgepoint boys taking on the Cy-Fair Bobcats. It'll be a great matchup from Katy Road Stadium, the neutral site. And we'll have it for you. Countdown to kickoff show at 6:45 Friday evening. We're working on what we can do with Hightower as they beat Port Arthur Memorial last night, 24-21, and they will play Georgetown in round 2. And we're not even sure where that game is at this point, but we've got to figure out how we can bring it to you on Vype. We start game 4. Katy trailing 2-1, and Walk serves. Rogers on the floor for Ridgepoint, sets it up for Moore, and Rogers gets it back. The ball comes back over. Jordan saves it, and saves it under the net. And I'm not sure if Sydney really needed to save that. It might have gone out, but no worries. Maddie Walk ready to serve again. The lefty gets it airborne. A lot of velocity there. Raspberry to Moore. Now Rogers with the finesse, but Lee is there to block it for Katy. And now Chapman. Now Raspberry saves it way beyond the boundary, and Moore just has to bump it over. Now Katy has another chance to attack. Walk, Lee, blocked at the net. Kennedy Rogers keeps it alive. Pinball at the net. And now there's a tap down by Kayla Wilson. And the Panthers tie game 4 at 1-1. Calvin Harvey. His arm is not injured, so he can continue to wave the flag while the rehabilitation efforts work on his injured knee. So Ridgepoint with a 1-1 game, trying to get a winner against Katy, but Chapman sends it back for the Tigers. Now the Panthers can respond. Moorer, Jordan goes cross court, and it's a point to the Panthers. A net violation against Katy. And it's 2-1 Ridgepoint. Josie Condry serves. Walk tries to win a battle at the net, but it is Jordan who is able to knock it back down on the Katy side. Winner for the Panthers, and they lead it 3-1. Condry serves again. There goes Josie's serve. Walk sets it up. Back set for Chapman. She's blocked. Robertson and Jordan say no. We don't think so. And it's 4-1 Ridgepoint on top. Katy takes a timeout. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
First Iron Automotive heard you were thinking of starting your holiday shopping earlier this year, so the season of giving starts now. $15 off oil changes, $100 off 4 tires, and save on just about any service. Head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Well, the teams did not need as much time as was showing on the scoreboard clock during that timeout, and Katy won the first point coming out of it, but it's still 4-2, Ridgepoint on top. Charlize Reyes ready to serve for Katy. There it goes. Raspberry bumps it in the middle of the baseline. Moorer now to Jordan. She goes to the right corner, but Denton there to dig it for Katy. Now Wold with a big swing. Raspberry a great save. Now Condry. Now Jordan. And she gets one down. Threading it through the block and down inside the baseline by a good 4 feet. Great job of high pointing that set by Sydney Jordan, and it's 5-2 Ridgepoint. If they win this game 4, they punch the ticket to Garland. Raspberry serves. Lots of topspin. Now it is walk all the way across the court to Wold, and Katy and Ridgepoint skirmishing at the net. And Moorer just bumps it over. Now it's on the Katy side. Walk. Now Lee. Saved by Moorer. Now Raspberry. Now Jordan. She fires it deep to the right corner, and Katy is there with the defense. And now Lee for the Tigers. Bumped by Raspberry from her knees. Moorer to Jordan. Katy responds with a defense. Walk sends it to the deep corner and down. The ever-changing defense of Ridgepoint left the defensive right corner open. But the Panthers still lead at 5-3. Denton will serve for Katy. And she serves it long. By the way, my producer, Rosie, wants to know the score, and rather than text her, I'm going to just say the score again. In Game 1, Ridgepoint won 25-20. In Game 2, they won 25-22. Katy won the third game, 25-23. And now here in the fourth game, which could be the closeout game for Ridgepoint, the Panthers lead it 7-3. McKenna Manthe serving for Ridgepoint. Leaves her feet as she makes contact with the ball. Walk. Gets it into the hands of Gamble. Cannot get it over. There's a great dig by Condry. Now Manthe, but Manthe lifted it. And that's okay. Anybody would have in that situation. Point to the Tigers. They're within 7-4 as they try to stave off elimination in this fourth game. Kaylee Wyckoff to serve from the middle of the baseline. Takes a big deep breath and now flies it with the left hand. Jordan now to Anaya, who is in the game for Ridgepoint for the first time. Denton is going to set it up for a walk. Dug out by Condry near the corner. Now Anaya, now Moorer, and it is off fingertips, and it's in anyway. It doesn't matter whether it was touched. A spike winner, a kill. And that puts Ridgepoint up 8-4. Sydney Jordan ready to serve. Looks over at Coach Bailey. Denton digs it near the baseline. And there is a shot out by Katy. Jordan Gamble missed as she aimed for the left sideline. And Ridgepoint, I think, with its biggest lead of this fourth game, 9-4. Ridgepoint going right to left. Jordan has a nice low, hot serve. Now Walk sends it over. Anaya back over her head, setting up Moorer, and she hits it long. Point to Katy. And we're working 9-5, and I'd like to say hello to Dolly Parton, who is listening in Nashville. Well, she could be. This is the World Wide Web. And it could be getting cold up there in Tennessee. Katy now serving. That's Jessie Leach. Now Anaya setting up Kennedy Rogers, and she hits it wide from the left side all the way to the far sideline and out. But Ridgepoint still has the lead, 9-6. Allison Anaya is going to be a Choctaw next year. She's going to go to Mississippi College. There's the serve by Leach. Jordan to Anaya. Now it is Moorer to the floor. The Louisville Slugger comes up with another one, and it's 10-6 Ridgepoint. Alexis Robertson comes off the bench. Nyla Raspberry comes out. Arissa Smith will serve for the Panthers. Trying to get to Garland for, I guess it would be is it the third time in 4 years? Third time in 5 years? Anyway, swing and a wide shot by Katy. Another point for the Panthers. They lead it 11-6. Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, it would be the third time in 4 years that the Panthers have gotten to Garland, and it would be the second time in the 3-year tenure of head coach Lauren Bailey. Arissa Smith's serve. It's the changeup. Anaya sets it up. Now to Arissa, now to Moorer. Off Katy fingertips at the net, but the Tigers will be able to send it back with Walk. Anaya, save attempt, and it flies over the railing into the first row and hits somebody's fat head. I think those are Katy fatheads because I don't recognize the pictures. Katy gets the serve back with Jordan Gamble. Jordan bumps it. Now Anaya, now Nina Moorer. I'm speechless, as you could just tell. 12-7. Ridgepoint gets the 5-point advantage back. And Allison Anaya comes to the bench. And gets a nice greeting there from head coach Lauren Bailey. Nina Moorer waiting to serve. Rena goes slightly quiet here. And Nina lets it go. Sends it deep. Chapman setting up Walk. And there's Lee, but Moorer digs it out. Raspberry. Now Kayla Wilson. And that's a winner. Off of the Kennedy Pike block at the net. And it spun away and down to the floor. 13-7. That's the biggest lead for Ridgepoint. And that's a reason for Katy to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. It's VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Back to business. Nina Moorer serving for the Panthers, leading 13-7. And if they win this game 4, they are regional champions and going to Garland on Friday. Nice dig by Katy. That was amazing. Kind of accidental, but amazing nevertheless by Jessie Leach. A wild dive, just trying to keep the ball airborne, and it spun back over at such velocity that Ridgepoint wasn't ready. 13-8. Katy gets within 5 and now serving with Chapman. The lefty sends it deep middle. Raspberry, now Moorer. And it's Kayla Wilson on the run down the left sideline, but dug out there by Walk. Denton sets it up for Lee, and she's blocked. But it's out, blocked out. I thought it was going to be a winner for the Panthers, but it's a Katy point. And they've scored 2 straight following the timeout. There is Walk's serve. Moore is going to set it up for Kennedy Rogers. She's blocked as the ball crawled on the tape at the top of the net. Rogers is blocked, but Moore there to pick her up. Now Raspberry back set for Kayla Wilson. It's on the Katy side, and the Tigers can send it over. Rogers with 2 hands above her head. Now Moore, now Wilson. Deep in the corner, Katy is going to be able to send it back. Walk, now Rogers. Now it is Moore setting up Wilson. And off the Katy block and down. Point to the Panthers. They lead 14-9. Josie Condry comes in. Kennedy Rogers goes out. Condry looks at Coach Bailey. Now serves it into the net. And the score is 14-10. Chapman comes off for Katy. So does Jesse Leach. Now Charlize Reyes will serve. She spins it, and there it goes. Condry bumps it. Moorer and Robertson finds the open spot. Point that to the Panthers makes it 15-10. Raspberry behind the baseline. Ready to serve, there it goes. Bumped up nicely by Wold, who gets it back and just bumps it. Moorer, now Raspberry. Jordan with a less than big swing, and it's a winner for Ridgepoint. It was blocked at the net, but when it came back over, it went out of bounds. 16-10, the Panthers are 9 points away from clinching a berth in the state's Final Four of volleyball. Raspberry serves it deep, bumped up by Denton. Walks, sets it up for Pike, but she's blocked by Arissa Smith. Point to the Panthers, 17-10. Raspberry steps back behind the baseline, and she will serve again. There it goes with a little side spin. Denton to Walk. Now to Wold, just bumps it over with 2 hands, but Ridgepoint is there with the defense. Raspberry, Jordan, and that's a winner! Off of the forearms of a diving Walk and past the baseline into the tunnel. Somebody's going to have to go fetch that volleyball, but it's 18-10, and they've got a new one in the hands of Nyla Raspberry. Nyla serves it. Denton almost overset it. Walk now to Lee, and she gets the winner. Bounces it off Ridgepoint, hands at the net. And then it goes out of bounds, and it's still a 7-point lead for Ridgepoint, 18-11. Denton will serve for the Tigers. There it goes, deep middle, Raspberry bumps it. Now it is Moore, and Jordan will swing. Denton digs it out, however. Walk, back set for Lee. And Wilson gets it in the air for the Panthers. Jordan swings big, but she's blocked at the net. Beautiful defensive play, Jordan Gamble. It's still a 6-point game in Game 4, but if Ridgepoint gets to 25 first, as long as they lead by 2, they are the champions of Region 3. Denton flies her serve. Condry, Moore right there at the net. Arissa Smith with a quick flick, but Katy is there with the defense. Now it's back on the Ridgepoint side. Condry, Moorer, and Kayla Wilson down to the floor. 19-12. And Allison Anaya is going to come back in. She replaces Kayla Wilson, and Anaya will serve. Takes a look over at the bench. Now she's ready to fly it. Anaya's serve goes deep. Now it is Walk trying to set it up for Gamble, who couldn't get it over. And now Jordan, the big swing. And it goes off of Walk, out of bounds. A point to the Panthers. They lead at 20-12. They are 5 points away from the regional championship. And Allison Anaya would love to serve it out. There goes her serve. Lots of top spin, right sideline. Wohl is going to get a chance. Big swing, but Raspberry there. Digs it out. Now Anaya back set for Moorer. Battle at the net. Ridgepoint could not get it over in the required 3 hits. Katy still fighting. They're down 20-13. Kaylee Wyckoff comes in and she serves. Playing with the jersey shirt tail out. Flies it over. Jordan to Anaya. Set up for Arissa Smith, and the finesse shot gets down. And it's 21-13. Ridgepoint 4 points away. Condrey comes off. Rogers comes in, and Sydney Jordan will serve for the Panthers. She serves to the deep middle, and it is in! Katy let it go, and it hit the line. 22-13. I'm not sure if that was Katy unanimously saying, okay, that's out, let's not touch it, or if they couldn't really determine who should have gone after it. But Jordan serves again. There it goes. Denton digs it out. Now there's a setup for walk. Dug out by Raspberry as she goes to the floor. Anaya to Moorer. Spike attempt with her feet on the floor. Now Katy will attack again. There is walk. Left-hander. Hits it out on the far sideline. It is 23-13. Ridgepoint is 2 points away. Jordan looking calm. She serves. Bumped up by Katy. And there's a winner for Katy as Gamble got it down with the big left hand. That gets it within 23-14. Katy gets the serve back, and it's Jessie Leach. Volleyball got loose on the floor. Leach looks at her coach. Coach Paxton gives her the battle plan. Bumped up by Jordan. Now Anaya. Now Moorer. Now saved by Katy, and they'll send it back. Walk. And she gets a winner down past the diving Jordan. I won't say past the diving Jordan. Jordan diving left and just short hopped it. Great placement by Walk. 23-15. Ridgepoint still 2 points away. Jordan digs it. Now Anaya sets it up for Kennedy Rogers. Goes cross court. That's a winner. It goes off of Chapman. And now it is championship point. 24-15. And Arissa Smith will go beyond the baseline. She likes to get way back there beyond the basketball baseline. This could be it. Arissa pounds the ball. Now she lets it fly. It's in the air. Bumped up by Leach. Now it's going to be Chapman. Bumped up by Ridgepoint. Arissa Smith. Anaya touched it. Now it's on the Katy side. The Tigers try to attack. Now it's Jordan, now Smith, now Robertson, but on the Katy side, they are there with the defense. There is Walk. Jordan digs it out. Now Anaya, now Rogers. Now it's Katy who has it back. Still fighting off the match point. Chapman back to the baseline, but it is Anaya setting it up for Moorer, and that's a winner for Katy. They get within 24-16, but they have to make good on fighting off 8 straight match points if they are to keep this going. Gamble to serve for Katy. There it goes. Bumped up by Rogers. Now Anaya. Now Nina Moorer. Off Katy fingertips at the net, but the Tigers will be able to send it back. Chapman hits it hard. Anaya digs it out. Now Raspberry. Now Rogers. Off of Katy arms, but they keep control. It's Chapman who sends it over, blocked at the net by Ridgepoint, and it stays down. Another Katy point. It's 24-17. Katy serving again with Jordan Gamble, the senior, but a timeout is taken, and we'll take it with him. This is VypeFortBend.com.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store.
Okay, sorry, Xfinity, we got to bail. We'll make it up to you, don't worry. We're back to live action. Jordan Gamble to serve again for Katy. They're down 24-17. They got to fight off 7 more match points. And that is bumped up by Rogers. Now Anaya, now Nina Moore. She flies it to the left corner, but it's bumped there by Leach. Katy on the attack. Chapman. Kennedy Rogers digs it out on the Bridgepoint side. Anaya to Jordan from the middle. Goes all the way to the baseline. Katy will return it. Gamble now walked, and she finds the open left corner, and Katy is still alive. 24-18. Gamble continuing her service run. There it goes. Bumped up by Rogers. Now Anaya back to Rogers. And the gentle spike gets over. Chapman digs it. Now it's going to be walked to try and keep it alive. By the baseline, it was Jordan. Now Anaya, now Moore off the block and good! Ridgepoint wins! And it's a gentle, safe dog pile near the midcourt. They get the congratulatory wave from the Katy Tigers, and the Ridgepoint Panther girls are going to Garland as champions of Region 3 for the 3rd time in the last 4 years, I think, if my math is right. Yeah, that's right. Kind of a subdued celebration for the Ridgepoint Panther girls. They know that they must continue to work to achieve greater celebrations starting on Friday night in the state semifinals. We'll step aside and be back on VypeFortBend.com.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for the first time ever, ask how to get 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine. Faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and more value for the same price. Oh yeah, and for a limited time, ask how to get $300 back. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now, because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 11/21/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
And now, for the regional champions of Region 3, 6A, the Panthers of Ridgepoint.
The team is holding the trophy aloft.
Ridgepoint will play on November 19th at the Curtis Caldwell Center in Garland. Let's give a round of applause for both of these teams for their outstanding seasons. Thank you for coming to the Robert G. Johnson Coliseum at Sam Houston State. Please drive home safely.
And I'd like to say thank you to that PA announcer. He's outstanding. Very, very good. Ridgepoint wins it. They took game 1, 25-20. They took game 2. Let me turn this down a little bit. They took game 2, 25-22 after taking game 1, 25-20. They dropped game 3, 25-23, but then came back strong, 25-18. They are the winners in game 4. There are a lot of happy people taking pictures of a lot of happy girls, a lot of happy coaches. And they're going over to get their gear. And I hope they don't head straight for the bus because I want one of them to come and talk to me. Well, they're going to the locker room first. And so that might mean I'm going to do some tap dancing for a few minutes. Or I could talk to head coach Lauren Bailey. She is getting hugs from Evelyn Torres. She is the girls' campus athletic coordinator. Lindsay Gage, the head softball coach for the Panthers. Just big, big smiles. Leonard Brogan, the principal. And what a run it's been for the Ridge Point Panther girls. They now improved to 38-10, and there is the assistant principal, Mr. Rick Gaines, giving her a big hug. And Lauren Bailey just saw me waving, and she's going to join me. We're up on a stage here. This is pretty cool. I think at Garland they don't even have a stage to congratulate coaches. Hi, Coach Bailey.
Hi.
I was thinking about maybe getting one of your girls, but they went all into the locker room. That's okay. I'll talk to you. That's great. I just don't want you to get tired of me talking to you.
No, I'd never.
It's usually a very good occasion. Wow, your team made it look fairly easy. I know that you know so much about what's going on that you had a lot more stress than the fans did, but your girls just seemed like they answered every challenge. It was really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I told you in the pre-interview, like we just kind of have to take a moment to focus. We got to take a moment to take a breath and just remember the little things, and not let, their cheerleaders or the fans or our fans, even our own fans kind of make us forget why we're here. So they did that. We focused and they pulled it out.
And something else, the history of volleyball is littered with teams that won the first two and then ended up losing. It happens a lot, but it just seems to me like to my layman's eye, it looks like your girls know how to handle success. When they're kind of out there and they're smiling and they're giddy and they're having fun, it doesn't mean that they're not focused. Am I right?
Right. Yeah. Honestly, one of our messages is don't forget when George Ranch won the first two in their playoff game and then Cinco came back in 3 and won. And that's kind of a message I've had to remind them of because we've won the first two and then we lost the third one last night, lost the third one today, and it's like, hey, this is not done until point 25. So, again, we just have to remind them why we're here, stay focused, and do the little things right.
So you're taking your team to Garland for the second time in 3 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've been around long enough. It's your program. You've got your fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
And that's great. We're very, very proud for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited that, I get to be a part of such a great program and just a great talent, a pool of talent. Our middle schools are talented. Our coaches are talented. So I'm just really lucky.
And you know what? I'm really lucky too. I enjoy hearing you talk about this success, but also to look across the way and see athletes and parents and friends. They're all hugging. Everybody's so happy.
Yeah.
And, after I get to know a lot of those people, when they're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, next Friday night, we won't be able to be with you for a broadcast, but you get that win in the Friday semifinal, and I will see you in Garland next Saturday, and hopefully we'll be talking about a Ridge Point football victory also over Cy-Fair on Friday night. All right, I know your folks want to go talk to you. Thanks for being with us, and hopefully see you 1 week from today.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
And we'll salute Sam Houston again when we go up I-45, but a lot farther next time. All right, that is Lauren Bailey, head coach of the Ridge Point Panthers. Wait a minute, you're waving Nina over?
Nina Moore.
All right, let's do it.
Nina Moore, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't go away, folks. We got Nina.
Let's get our senior Louisville commit some action real quick. We got some questions for you.
Hi, I gave you a new nickname, Nina. You are the Louisville Slugger. How does that sound?
I love it.
Okay, so I don't really know what kind of questions to ask because it seems to me like there was just never a doubt. Can you describe the attitude that your team had as the match went on and win the first two games?
We go into every game with a game plan. We study hard. We know what we need to do, and we just try and go out and execute every time. And the rest, it's just who shows up, who plays well. It's playoffs. Anybody can show up. Anybody can take it.
And
but you just have to get there first.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
You're
you.
okay.
And sometimes I can see teams, and it's not necessarily high school teams only. It could be teams of professionals. Sometimes they get ahead in a situation and they just get a little bit giddy and lose their focus, but it looks like you and your teammates can have fun and laugh and smile and do all your little rituals and stuff, but it doesn't mean you're losing focus.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the secret to that? Because it's pretty rare.
We have a really special team, and there is not one person on the team that nobody doesn't trust. So we can put anybody on the court, and we can fully have all faith in them and really expect them to go out and show out for everybody.
Well, is that your dad taking
That
a
is
picture?
Dad.
Hey, that's great. These are going to make great memories.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Anyway, I'm so glad for you and your teammates. And, here's the deal. We will be here in Garland to broadcast if you can get to Saturday, because we got Ridge Point football to do on Friday night. So we're doing everything we can for Ridge Point. It's kind of like we have a son and we have a daughter, and we can't go to every single game. That's kind of how it works.
Absolutely.
All right, Nina Moore, we're very, very happy for you. Thanks for joining us on this little impromptu post-game show.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Nina Moore, and that is our coverage. Ridge Point Panthers are champions of Region 3 6A as they take out Katy. And I guess you could say they are the District 19 6A champions because they beat Tompkins, they beat Seven Lakes, and now they've beaten Katy and Cinco Ranch, and Ridge Point did not encounter each other on the playoff road. All right, well, for Rosie Bega and everyone on the Vype team, Roger Smith, so happy to have brought this one to you. Our final scores again: Ridge Point wins the first game 25-20, the second 25-22. They dropped game 3 25-23, and they win game 4 25-18. They are the champions of Region 3, and we'll give you news about who they're going to play and all that good stuff when that information becomes available. Thank you so much for listening, and remember, you can always listen live or later on the podcast, and it is totally free. Roger Smith saying goodbye from Huntsville, where we are free to come home and celebrate.
Yeah, we will.
Goodbye, everybody, and God bless.
It's a wide open region this year.
Yeah, it's true.